The following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
And welcome into the Wicked Weeds studio. I'm Tank Spencer. Jeremy Greene's alongside. This is the Sportsocracy, and this past week for the New England Patriots, I think it went about as well as you could possibly hope. I mean, thanks to a monsoon, you were able to keep the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense in check, and Mac Jones looked really good.
He looked like a very good dink and dunk quarterback, which is exactly what he is. A guy that's not going to threaten down the field, and he'll be the Disney shitty Kurt Warner movie version of Tom Brady.
You're so hard on the young kid.
Because there's no upside to him. He is what he is, and this is what I tried to tell you in the pre-draft. Yeah, he'll come in and he'll be the most pro-ready. He also has the lowest ceiling by 10 floors. It's just what he is.
Yeah. Obviously, Tampa Bay has problems in their secondary, and that helped out Mac Jones as well. 31 of 40, 275 yards, 2 touchdowns, threw 1 interception. That's a pretty damn good stat line against one of the best teams in the league.
And that's my point. I don't care about your stat line. I care about how do you grade. Does he grade positively in anything? No. He's about a 70 across the board. I've crushed Baker Mayfield for being that for years.
Right.
Yeah, you weren't the number 1 pick. Yeah, your defense is, I think, I want to say something better than decent, but less than good. And I don't know what that is. But it's somewhere in that ballpark.
Serviceable.
Sure.
Serviceable falls.
We'll go with, no, it's better than that. We'll just go good.
Okay.
It's fine. Your defense is good.
All right.
But for me, I still look at this and go, how many teams in the NFL are you legitimately better than? You know, we did power rankings earlier in the week. If you look at them, it's kind of hard for me to believe that I would say they probably should be in front of Pittsburgh, but I had Pittsburgh so much ahead of them to start the year that it's hard for me to go that far. You're the worst of the not god-awful teams. That's where I think New England is. And people don't want to hear that because, oh, but Bill's so good. Without Tom Brady, he's not that.
Yeah.
He had a great 20-year stretch with Tom Brady, and guess what? Now you're paying the piper. And if you look at what's coming up for New England, how in the hell do you get to – I don't understand how you get to 9 wins.
Yeah.
All right, so you get the Texans this week. Yeah, you're probably going to beat the Texans. It's in Houston, and I think this game will be closer than people think because this is a staff that knows the Belichickian way really well. Be honest with yourself outside of the Jets and the Titans after that. You play the Cowboys. Do you have a shot do you have a fire shot in a rainstorm against the Dallas Cowboys?
No.
No, because they're going to outscore you. Do you have a snowball's chance in Atlanta against the LA Chargers?
No.
Or the Carolina Panthers?
No.
Or the Cleveland Browns?
No.
Or the Tennessee Titans?
No.
Or the Buffalo Bills?
No.
Okay, that's we're damn near through the rest of the schedule.
Right.
That's just who you are. I mean, I know Patriots fans don't want to hear this, and I think you did yourself a disservice. And this is what I was trying to say in the offseason when I got called a Jets homer. Oh, you're just a Jet fan. What the fuck do you know? Well, what you did in the offseason, I've watched us do about 10 times. You try to fix all these leaky pipes by throwing money at it. Free agency dollars with Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry. Does that make your offense dynamic?
No.
No. It's the wish version of Rob Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez. That's what it is. That's what it always was. That's what this whole team is.
Right.
This New England Patriots team is the wish version of you in 2011. And I just don't see that getting any better. I mean, look, Tom Brady had probably the worst game he'll have all season long.
Yep.
I almost struggle to believe he will have a worse game. I mean, he missed wide open receivers. It was just a deluge. So he still lost. Mac Jones had probably the best game he'll have all year. And he still lost.
Yeah.
Those are damning statements independently. They're really damning together.
Had it not been for the kicker, we'd have won that game.
No, it was a stupid decision.
Yeah.
Kicking a 56-yard field goal in that scenario was a dumb decision. And this is what I've been saying about Bill for years, is that you do dumb things, and they've been covered up by the greatest quarterback in NFL history. Well, guess what? You don't have that anymore. Now you have a rookie. Now you have a rookie that is a super version of Colt McCoy. He's very efficient. He's not going to beat you, but you can't run at all. You can run against bad teams.
We'll still be able to do this week against Houston.
Yeah, but you're not your offensive line hasn't been good, and the defense is fine. Okay, Matthew Judon's a good pass rusher when nobody touches him. I'd be a good pass rusher in the NFL if nobody laid a fucking mitten on me. And I went back and watched the tape. Everybody's losing, jerking off Matthew Judon. He wasn't good when he was actually blocked. If he came clean, then yeah. But in the entire game, and I can't remember exactly how the stat goes, of all the pass rush snaps he had, there were 4 times that he was touched that you could even constitute what he did as a win.
Yeah.
That's not good. And the Stephon Gilmore thing, we didn't want to pay him. Okay, then why did you go out and spend all this money in free agency? Why did you drop all these balloons on Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith and Nelson Aguilar and Kendrick Ball? What was the purpose of that? It's counterintuitive to me. All right, so you had your best corner, no doubt. Stephon Gilmore is no doubt the best corner on this team. Don't give me J.C. Jackson. I will blow that out. J.C. Jackson's not a 1. Well, now he is. And so you look at the schedule of who J.C. Jackson now gets to play. Now you get to cover CeeDee Lamb and Keenan Allen and DJ Moore and Odell Beckham Jr. and Calvin Ridley and A.J. Brown and Stephon Diggs. Do you not think this team would have been better with Stephon Gilmore?
Yes.
There you go. And to me, this is just Bill's hardline stance. Because did you notice he was perfectly fine playing out the string with the Panthers? I've heard for 2 years he wanted a long-term extension. That was the only way he was getting back on the field. And then he gets traded to the Carolina Panthers, and he's okay with it. Why do I struggle to believe that? Why does that not make any sense to me? And this is just what New England is. And Patriots fans will tell me, you're stupid, and I don't care. I don't give a shit. I have a very high EQ, and I go home and sleep at night just fine. But this is what you don't want to admit. You don't want to admit that Bill's running you into the ground because you won all the Super Bowls and we love Bill. Wait till the book comes out. Just wait till the book comes out. It's damning as hell. And it's going to keep happening. And I think eventually he'll step away and you'll get to go with Josh McDaniels. And you'll see exactly what happens when you keep running debits on a credit card and you never pay the bill. Because that's where Bill's been for years.
Yep. I think outside looking in, I was impressed with New England being able to keep Tampa Bay in check this past week. I was impressed with Mac Jones just being able to outduel Tom Brady in the rainstorm.
I'm still borderline blown away by this in check you keep talking about.
Yeah.
They had 381 fucking yards in a monsoon. That's not keeping them in check. If it
kept them off the scoreboard.
Whoopie fucking do.
That's all that matters.
No,
you
it's
once
not
told
all that
me
matters.
style
No,
points
it's not
don't
all that-
matter.
that's not all that matters.
It doesn't matter how much you win the game by.
That's not all that matters. See, that's a black and white. I looked at the box score and I've got this. I watched the All-22 on this. It was never close. If Tom had been 70% of what he usually is, and I don't know if it was little butterflies in his stomach because he was back
All
to
the
play.
emotion,
I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a rainstorm. I don't know what it was. They'd have beaten you by 3 touchdowns. I mean, they outgained you by almost 100 yards. You had -1 rushing yards.
Yep.
And in a fucking downpour, they had 380 yards of total offense. That's not keeping them in check. They ran the ball down your throat. Tom was inaccurate, and you still lost. I don't think Tampa Bay played particularly. My biggest takeaway, Tampa Bay didn't play well.
No, they didn't.
That's the only reason the game was close. And I know it's coming. People say, oh, you're a Jets fan, you're just a hater. No, I'm telling you the truth. You just don't want to hear it.
Right. But this week, at least they've got the opportunity to take down the Houston Texans.
Yeah, and congratulations. You'll beat the Texans, and then you'll get your shit pushed in 2 weeks.
Well, of course they will. But this is who the New England Patriots are now.
And that's the thing that never made any sense to me. In this league, if you're going to be bad, be bad. And this team's bad. They're bad. And now you're expensive and bad. And that is the worst combination you can be in the NFL.
Stephon Gilmore no longer in town. They're still they're dealing with injuries. James White's not around anymore. Brandon Bolden apparently is their pass
And he was
catching
fine.
back
If
now.
you want me to say something kind about you, yeah, Brandon Bolden seemed to fill that James White role just fine. And when you play bad teams, it'll work out. Other than that, you're a middling 6-11, 7-10 team, just exactly like you were last year, just exactly like I told you were last year. And oh, you're stupid. Cam Newton's the savior of the franchise. Okay. You can keep blindly trusting in Bill. I've been saying this for years.
Yeah.
This is not new. I've been saying this for 8 years. Tom Brady was the great cure-all. Mac Jones isn't.
Yep. New England Patriots, Houston Texans this week, coming off of the close loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We will have your recap right here next week when we do our team-by-team content all throughout the season. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you get all of it. Also, join us every weekday morning at 10 a.m. here in the Wicked Weed studio. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene. We'll see you next time.